Welcome to episode 82. The world ain't fair, as everybody knows. So, the outcome of the recent World Cup was a big disappointment for me. You know, the traveler that I am, I've had the opportunity to visit both countries that contested that final. Internal joke. I can say sous titrage ou subtitles. One I've actually visited multiple times and would readily visit again. That's because that country's visible multiculturalism suggests to me that I would feel more welcomed, at least by more of its people than not. France, like so many other countries, is not without people who fear multiculturalism. Indeed, I use the word fear because to me it's only fear of some sort that could breed such dislike in some. You could say France has had a reputation for multiculturalism for centuries, but I would say that until the technological age, it wasn't really France that was multicultural, it was Paris. Okay, and perhaps a few other cities. But it was a, internal joke, urban thing where you could say it was really Paris's multiculturalism that gave France a reputation for multiculturalism. These days, multiculturalism is under attack everywhere, internal joke, from the left, right, and center. But in the now, you can understand why a multicultural person like me would feel more comfortable visiting a country where a majority of the people are accepting of multiculturalism. Internal joke. Embrace only, no sex please. Sorry, I'm still laughing at that joke. But you know, I've mentioned enough times in my blog how I feel that getting to a harmonious world where there is no conflict amongst humans gives us the best chance of surviving long enough as a species to save our species when the sun, like all stars, eventually explodes. Well, I figure some people subscribe to the exported Nazi-like theory of getting to a harmonious unicultural state. The reason I don't is that you don't have to be a fortune teller to predict that humans that are by nature selfish and lacking in humanity won't survive long term as humans. Going back to what I led off with, however, there's little doubt that football's World Cup is the most nationalistic sporting event in the world, surpassing even the Olympics in audience size and partisanship. Teams are the embodiment of their countries. I mean, even the manner or style of play of teams oftentimes reflect their culture. Or perhaps it's the other way around. The bottom line is that for the World Cup, you can't divorce the team from its country. Of course, you don't have to be born or live in a particular country to be a fan of that country's football team and to root for that team with all the same fervor and passion as natives. The thing with me though, an issue I've the thing with me though, an issue I have, if you want to call it that, is given who I am, after I gain some knowledge of a country's history and nature, then absent some obvious and sincere change from that history and nature, I just can't bring myself to root for that country and or its team. I divert within a divert. Internal joke. Drifted. The bottom line is that I was disappointed because the team I was rooting for lost and the team I was rooting against won. Then I remember the racist abuse directed at some French players after the game, and I wonder how disappointed I should feel. Internal joke. 50%. So what do you do when the world ain't fair? Internal joke. Pray for karma. You play the waiting game of life and hope fate brings about change that's in your favor. Internal joke. Okay. You pray for or to fate.